This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and it is another daily video here with Standard. But I'm taking a little break from the spikiness today to play some old school, fair, unquote, magic. You guys have noticed a trend on the channel lately. We did a whole week of jank, then we did pretty much a week of spiking it up, playing in Mythic, trying to play the decks that would rank up in Mythic. I think we showed off just how absolute nonsense Standard is. Standard will change. It will change tremendously on Monday, June 1st. So there's going to be a ban and restricted announcement sometime around probably like noon Eastern time, between like noon and 3. I'm planning, I hope, if I get all my chores done like a good boy, I will be doing a Twitch watch party that day, just refreshing, waiting for the bans to come out, talking about them, and then throwing a party as something gets banned. So if you are hanging out on Monday, come over to Twitch, hang out with me and chat. It will be fun. The Meta Monday show will be all about bans this time around. Yay! In the meantime, I'm a little over Agent of Treachery, so I'm playing what they would call fair magic. See, back in the day, when the opponent played a creature, you then found a way to kill it. Like with a card like Mythos of Nethroi, which can kill any non-land permanent and somehow gets played 0 in this format. Then the reason that's called fair magic is because now every time you kill something, you need something else on top of the something, because their card already drew a card or gained value when it entered the battlefield, like an Uro or a Hydrate Crisis. So, or to fairy. So your Vraska is a kind of a good, almost fair card. It comes down, it kills something, and you have a Planeswalker left over. So that's what we're trying to exploit here. And to do it, we're running 4x Chevill, Bane of Monsters. I want to go on a Chevill Rampage. I want to play Chevill on turn 2. I want to Oath of Kaya or Mythos or Vraska, thanks to some early ramp, something on turn 3, drawing a card. If every removal spell said draw a card and gain 3 life when it hits something, then maybe it could keep up with current magic. So that's what Chevill is here for. It's my Chevill deck. I hope you like it. One of the weird things about decks right now is that for these decks to compete, they have to be super greedy and play a stupid number of mythics. Stupid. Instead of playing a nice reasonable curve with some cheap removal spells and some good glue cards and then a few big haymakers on the top end to win the game, we have to be haymaker, haymaker, haymaker pretty much every turn after turn 4. So that's why you see what I think even 2 years ago, this would just be a badly built deck. Nowadays, I think this is the only way to build a mid-range deck. You just have to be a deck full of sledgehammers. 3 questing beasts to, make a 4/4 and kill the opponent's planeswalker. 4 Vraskas to kill the opponent's thing and leave a planeswalker behind. 3 Garrux and 4 Lilianas, going way over the top with just slamming 6 drops turn after turn. And 2 Elspeth Conquers Death to also tip the scales and make it so that you get a free planeswalker later in the game. That is how we are going to play this game. There is some synergy. The hammers aren't just hammer for hammer's sakes. Garruk and its ultimate is often how the game actually ends. +3/+3, creatures you control have trample. To make sure that Garruk gets up to 6 loyalty, which he only gains loyalty when you kill a Garruk wolf, we have Liliana and Vraska. You can sacrifice the wolves, and that will put extra loyalty counters on Garruk. We ultimate it. Now Chevill and Paradise Druid and even Gilded Goose attack for big damage. The other way is Elspeth Conquers Death. It can bring back the Garruk with a loyalty counter so we can ultimate it right away. So that's the deck. Again, we can't miss a land drop or we just lose. So despite running 4 Paradise Druids and an Arboreal Grazer and a Gilded Goose, we still have 26 freaking land. At least 4 of them cycle and 2 of them draw more cards. That is my pretty fair Abzan deck. I'm not playing it in the competitive ranked queue. It will just get its things stolen. I'm going to play it in the casual queue. Not that many people watch the videos over the weekend, and the format's about to rotate anyway. I've had pretty much enough of the Luca decks. I know that you've seen me playing a lot of it, but it's still not even fun to play against. So this is going to be what we roll with today. I think it'll be try something else a little fair and something that I know can't really compete in the ladder as it is, but might compete with the ladder in the future tomorrow. So let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. On the draw with no early plays. Snap Keep. Turn 3 Oath of Kaya. Will it keep us alive long enough for anything good to happen? So, vicious rumors, huh? Hype. Okay. What is going on? This is not the meta I know. And full of expensive planeswalkers. Agreed. Grixis. Ooh. Are you planning to remove everything I play? Let's see if you counter this Paradise Druid. Hypnotic Sprite. What? Magic cards, I forget our magic cards. Fourth land. So we know they play counter spells. Let's see if Vraska comes down. There's not a lot to gain from her right now, other than a few upticks. So if she eats a counter spell, that's okay. Questing Beast I'd prefer to hit a Planeswalker with. And we're getting into Bolus territory. Fake news. Alright. Just gonna drop off the removal spell. Oh. Well. Probably not going to play a creature anytime soon. Alright. Let's try hitting them in the face. Because we can't just sit back and let them surveil out the value. I imagine they have some ways to kill things. But maybe not. Maybe they have the wrong ways to kill things. Makes a lot of sense to wait to kill a Questing Beast until attacks, because there could be another Questing Beast. Alright, more adventure. We've got a shovel. Grixis cards I own, perhaps? Mythos. Nothing to put a Chevill counter on. Can't play my Planeswalkers. Yep. Got the mana screwed. But the game goes on. The opponent not prioritizing killing this. It does keep them from wanting to put out their adventure creatures, though. Oh, never mind. The Rider has come out to play. And so does the Sprite. Alright. I don't want to kill one yet. I want to get a bounty counter onto it. And let's go for the Rider. Ooh. Alright. Planeswalker time. We play the Garruk, the Sprite can kill it. We play the Liliana, we can plus it. The opponent doesn't want to rumble with this. They might attack with the Sprite. I do think we get a Planeswalker on the board. I think this is a good time to plus one.
Putrid, but effective.
See if our opponent has another Murderous Rider here. They do.
Oh, defeat. What a drag.
What a drag. The return of the Murderous Rider, the attack of the Sprite. Alright. I think what this means is that we use the Netheroi on this. Get the extra card, see what it is. And then try to set up to put a bounty counter on the Sprite, and then Garruk the Sprite. Another land for the opponent. They're playing very fair 1-for-1, counter this, kill that removal magic as well. Let's get that cycle. Another Liliana. Elspeth conquers death. Let's go for the Garrick. It resolves. Shoot down the Hypnotic Sprite. Draw 2. Gain 3 life.
Oh, I've had enough of you.
Now things are starting to tilt in our favor. What is in your hand? Must be a sweeper. Just block here with the Death Touch. Storm's Wrath.
I'll try my luck elsewhere.
That's a good one. Roxa. Think the answer is Vraska? Because Elspeth Conquers Death can exile the campaign. But this can kill a Croxa too when they bring it back. Maybe it is a Liliana. I just feel like Liliana is such a good win con that that's what we want to be playing. It's a tough choice. Maybe I should have held a land. I didn't expect Croxa. Didn't think about it. Elspeth Conquers Death is like another Liliana when we want to get it back, with a little more added versatility as well. Let's get this one ticking. That can turn into a Croxa. They would have had the campaign back too because they got a Surveil. They kept on top. This is getting scary. You have to kill this thing. You do have the means. Vraska's got this. Do I play the Goose? I'm worried about more Croxa shenanigans. They kept on top, remember? So I think I hang on to the Goose.
And what I do is win.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what.
It seems fortune favors you.
I don't really want to discard this Goose, though. I want the counters on the battlefield for Vraska. But I don't want to be forced to discard these either, not when the opponent kept on top. Chevill can come back. Eric can come back. Eric's strong. Opponent with a particularly hateful group of cards here. I guess the Elspeth Conquers Death has to go. Because I don't plan to get back Liliana. And Elspeth Conquers Death doesn't hit Croxa. It's a 2 casting cost card. So who does hit Yeah. So, what do we want? I think we take a Garrick, because it can draw an extra card. It can also ultimate it immediately. That's interesting, but don't think it's the play.
Looks like you weren't fit to survive.
My army. Good help is easy to find.
I can do without this zombie. To draw more cards.
Waste not, want not.
The opponent might make me discard this castle, and I'd have rather discarded a different land, but playing Chevill here I think is worth it. Triple Planeswalker team. Another Storm's Wrath.
More than I thought.
And they have cards. They do have cards.
What a good, mindless minion.
The opponent might make us discard, so we'll hang on to these for now. Wow.
Death news. I'll find a use for you.
That's a lot of land. That is a lot of land, and our opponent with so many Storm's Wraths, it's crazy. Don't want to pay that much. No thank you. Okay, the big guy's back. How many of those Storm's Wraths do you have?
Woods get awful dark. We were born for the hunt.
Well, they have something with instant speed ability. What could it be? Shark Typhoon? That's a good one. Drown in the lock, okay. Out of there. I think we just keep the wolves coming. We could kill our own wolf to ultimate the Garrick, but then if they answer the wolves, we're in a worse spot. And let's just hold on to the land to discard Decroxa.
You're not scared of dogs, are you?
Another land off the top is not what they wanted. A Liliana. Okay.
If I were you, I'd
Let's go
just
for it.
surrender right
Sacrifice 2 creatures, ultimate the Garrick,
out of my way.
draw 2 cards.
They were a lousy servant anyway. I've learned much from your death.
Pump it up. Oath of Kaya is
We are
lethal
relentless.
if these hit. Guess I'll play around Mystical Dispute. Okay. Man, they took their time on that particular slow roll. Ew. Got one. It's a Chevill hand. On the draw. Chevill. Kill things. Draw cards. It's gonna be great. Breeding pool. Even hit the tap land. Got plenty of mana for when those planeswalkers come calling. Incubation Druid. They even play creatures. This is going so well. Bust out the bounties, baby. The mustache is in the house. Beast Whisperer. All right, that has to die. That is way too much. You have been marked by the bounty hunter. Let's see if they're crazy enough to block. Hey, can always give them a bad option. Maybe they don't read the card. They don't know about that death touch. I don't like the opponent having access to 5, possibly 6 mana, while I'm chilling over here with my 4. But I still think that the cards are more important. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should have killed the druid instead. Maybe that's the new rules of Magic for you. There's a lot of rope here. Opponent is really in the tank on what to do with their turn. Kill the Chevill. Ooh. That is something. Oh, they're not going to fight. No respect. No respect at all. All right. Well, we can put a counter on this, and then we can kill it. More life, more cards. All right. So I guess I could have played this castle and not had to pay 2 life there if I had done things a little differently. Possibly, yeah. I give myself a mistake point for that one. What I could have done is played the castle first, and then I wouldn't have had to shock in the overgrown tomb to play the grazer. Oh, Liliana, looking lovely. All right, Incubation Druid is all grown up. Now a 3/5. Taps for 3 mana, and what are you? When it enters the battlefield, put a trample counter on a non-human creature you control. 2 and a tap, +1/+1 counter on each creature you control with trample. Interesting. I mark you for death, Incubation Druid. Sure wish I'd marked you. Doesn't matter. Let's just kill it all. You did your job, buddy.
Your corpse will make an excellent minion.
Now you're Liliana fodder.
I do love a good death wail.
What I'm curious is, do I get the 3 life in the card? I think I do, but in theory, if this isn't in play, maybe I don't. It all happened at once. Yeah, okay, it does trigger. I was worried that it wouldn't.
They were a lousy servant anyway. I'll find a use for you later.
There you go. Always another Chevill right around the corner. Aggressive mammoth. Roar. I'm short of ways to murder you. That part's pretty simple.
Good, mindless minion.
8/8 is a lot. I think we play another Chevill. And we play out our Paradise Druids. And we see what happens. So this is a total toughness of 7. This is an 8. So it can't kill Liliana on its own, and we draw a ton of cards if we get to block with everything. But we could let Liliana die, play other Liliana, minus Liliana, and then we would get to draw a bunch of cards and gain 3 life because we have the Chevill. There's a lot of risk. If we quad block this, there is a lot of risk that some kind of a pump spell or a bounce spell really blows us out. So I think it's better to let this Liliana die if the mammoth attacks her.
Death nears. Time to go.
Bye. Beefy Stonecoil Serpent. Protection from multicolor means I can't Chevill it, but I can still Liliana. This is gonna sting.
Oh, your queen necromancer hasn't. Let's reduce the battle to shambles.
I should have tapped this for mana.
Death. I've learned much from your death.
As another druid. The ooze. We've got an oozling. All right. Let's mark you for death. This part's pretty simple.
Useless, but effective.
Let's fetch before we draw more cards, since they might invalidate or draw the basic land we would fetch. Oh my goodness. So many cards. Let's go, Vraska. Burn it down.
Back to the shadows.
Burn it all down. Well, they've thrown the green kitchen sink at us. A number of cards. Still waiting for a blue card. They probably have a Grixis hidden in here. And yes, the opponent does have a Hydroid Crisis up their sleeve. And this will pretty much put it to bed. Proper Chevill beats. This hand is fan-frickin-tastic. Let's get the tap land out of the way. Next turn we decide Chevill or Druid. The opponent plays Temple, which I think means it's a Paradise Druid. We just want to get Vraska onto the board before the opponent has counter spells or other obnoxious things. Rude. Curious if they'll take the Liliana. Whoa! Really? I didn't expect that. If I tap the Paradise Druid, there's a chance Vraska dies anyway, so I'm thinking about eating the Paradise Druid with Vraska right now.
Sacrifices must be made.
I'm doing it. Oh, I hope I get to play this Grazer. Eat it with Vraska. That hurts. That is not okay. His hand was so good. Alright, now it's up to Liliana. Let's hang on to the Oath. Our opponent must have a creature. They shouldn't have taken Chevill. Chevill. They took the Bounty Hunter. They must have a reason. Oh my god. Some people still play this kind of Grixis. I'm so confused. Oh my god, you made me discard everything. You master of magic. And they kept on top, by the way. Alright. Sweet. They got 5 cards in their graveyard already. See if we can get them to pick number 2. Yay! Alright, Bane of Monsters returns. And since I already hit my land, I'll just wait to do this. Because if I do it now, I'll just be forced to discard it to the Croxa. Yep, here it comes.
Such violence is upsetting.
Okay guys, big draw step. We're gonna need some ways to deal with this. We have a lot in our deck. We kill a lot of creatures. Time to figure it out. The opponent wants us to double block here. No thank you. They shock. What's that mean? What a scumbag. Alright. No fun, Grixis. I get it. I get it. You killed things. I get that you don't have a life. I get it.
I like them.
We're not done yet. Let's see if the opponent makes me discard this card. Let's see if I'm forced to discard this. Interesting, they could have attacked it to death with the Atrice. But they didn't. Ooh, I get to untap. They're going to counter it, aren't they? Okay. Not yet. Maybe they Tyrant Scorn it back to their hand? What a champion. What a true champion. Alright, we got another Castle Lockthwain activation to try to keep digging out of this. See if they want the mystery card this time. They do want to fill their graveyard for the Grixis, so maybe there's another way I could have done that. Draw. We are getting low. Okay. The Beast. Yeah. The opponent's not exactly low on life either. They're taking the block. Interesting. They can bring back Grixis, they can name even on the questing beast. Like, they got things. Well, I guess you can't do both when the opponent has an Elspeth Conquers Death. I forgot about that. Maybe they did too. Keep the cards coming. Mythos, that's a good one. Now, what do we get back? We want the thing that will produce the most advantage. I think Liliana's... It's either Liliana or Garruk, right? Garruk produces 2 wolves, Liliana produces 1 zombie, but can draw a bunch of cards. The opponent has direct interaction. They've been using Angrath's Rampage. The other thing is we could get Vraska plus it, and then next turn, right? So what would you have? 5, 6, 7. In 2 turns it could ultimate. This is a tough one. I guess this with an extra loyalty works now, right? We could just get value now.
Let's play a game of hide and seek.
All right. Let's do it.
Join the stampede, my companion.
Show people the beating of a arboreal grazer. It's one way to put them on a clock, but it makes every card we draw so much more powerful, and our questing beast comes off the top and hits for 7. So that's what we're looking for here. Oracle. Endless Oracle. All right. Down to 5, then we're going down to 4. It's incredibly close. Again. You're not questing beast, but let's cycle and see if you become questing beast. Ice cold, baby. Ice cold. There's the Bedevil. Did we take 1 damage to try to prevent losing 3? Oh, they're not bringing it back. All right. Well, then I'm going lower. G-Rock. All right, we hold the Paradise Druid to discard to their Grixis.
Leave me be.
Wolves, baby.
You're not scared of dogs, are you?
If they have Thought Erasure, I lose anyway. I guess I can always try to draw with the castle. That's a 3. No! That's so good. Where did that come from? Where did that come from? I have nothing that will actually work here. Good game. God, they made me miserable for a long time, only to give me hope and then come back and defeat me in the end. My heart hurts. I'm into this hand quite a bit. Getting to ramp into Vraska, Elspeth, and Liliana could be really good. Paradise Druid, you just love it. Witch's Oven, huh? You hate that. You hate to see it. Timorat. Calm down, bro. All right. Let's get the druid. I think druid is best. It is interesting, Chevill with oven. If you can get a bounty counter on something like a cat, it throws off their timing with their oven. It also makes it so they don't actually want to sacrifice the things. Reaper. Whack. That's whack. All right, so we need to kill that. The oven can save it. We can exile it with Elspeth Conquers Death. They throw it in the oven, they draw a card anyway. I don't think we run Vraska out here. I think we play the Chevill and try to get a counter on the Timorat. I don't really want a lot of things to be dying while this is on the board, and this is on the board. The Timorat can't attack through the Chevill anyway, so we'll see if they just keep spot removal handy for this, which makes Elspeth Conquers Death better. Okay. Interesting. If we add the counter to the Nightmare Shepherd and then try to exile it with Elspeth Conquers Death, then the opponent will throw it in the oven. If they don't throw it in the oven, I guess we're happy and there's no more thing with a counter and we wouldn't have killed it anyway. So if this is our target, this is what we target. And that resolves. All right, looks like they're reaching for the oven. Yay, triggers. You had to take a damage to draw a card. We gained life. That'll teach him. Now we still don't have anything in the graveyard to get back, so we're going to want to figure that out. Usually playing a nice big planeswalker will do. Whoa! As long as your devotion to black is less than 5, it's not a creature. Whenever another creature you control dies, pay 2 life, draw a card. Oh my goodness. We're going to be doing more of this. Let me hook up that Midnight Reaper here. And I think I just minus... I think I minus a Liliana, because then I have something to get back with Elspeth for sure. We'll draw 3.
The undead make great minions. Loyal. From battle to the grave.
Triggers. So many triggers. The opponent has to pay a lot of life to draw cards. I gain life. I think that makes me better at it.
Waste not want. They were a lousy servant anyway.
No untapped land could be an issue next turn, but we'll see. Another Nightmare Shepherd. Another Timorat. No, don't attack Liliana. Wait, I can just bring her back. That's even better. Even better than a Chevill or a Druid is a free Liliana.
My army will envelop this world.
I guess there's some things that could happen with the Nightmare Shepherd exiling things to make tokens. Trying to think if I could somehow mitigate that by playing like the Vraska. I guess I can Vraska shoot the oven, which is something I do want to get rid of anyway.
Wherever I go, I leave bodies.
Or I could wait and kill one of the tokens. Okay, that's what we do. We kill the leftovers.
Get out of my way!
All right. Stop yelling, bro. Funny, it's a 5/6 when it's an enchantment. Wacky. Love it. Learn something every day. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're gonna start this nonsense. Here comes the Gray Merchant power.
Ugh, well, this was unpleasant.
Okay. Interesting to see what they pick. They pick one of the Lilianas.
What a drag.
Alright, I think here we just try to take the Shepherd down. Shepherd's causing a lot of problems.
I am what they call me. A monster.
Probably should have done this last turn, to be honest. Infinite cards over here. Oh, yay. Just the card everybody wants to see. Cauldron Familiar. Yay.
The curse is affecting me more than I thought.
Tell me about it, dude. Get rid of that Midnight Reaper. Now I really need this card to live. If it lives, I feel like we're okay, at least a little. Okay. I think this deck would be fun if it weren't for this. I think I would be totally, like, this has been kind of this back and forth interesting game, but as soon as there's a cat in two ovens, I don't care anymore. I just kind of mentally zone out. It's too bad. I was having fun. Now I just want it to be over. This hand is pretty sweet. Chevill, Oath of Kaya, Vraska. We could go on a Chevill Rampage. Rampage! Let's do it. Go ahead, play your creature, aggro deck. Disappointing. Play your creature. Extremely disappointing. Extremely disappointing. I'm actually going to Oath you anyway because I want something to sacrifice to Vraska next turn. I couldn't be sadder. Who knew creatures just didn't matter in Magic? Who knew? Did anybody get that memo? Alright. It's fine. It's fine. At least they're not quenching me.
An unfortunate
Cavy of Thorns. Oh, look at all these creatures! Are you holding back on me? How dare you? We needed the land for the Elspeth. Conquers death. We'll take another shot in a heartbreaking way. And we hit. At least we'll get Chevill back eventually. This all could have been different. Okay.
through these lands. The land fights for us.
Remember Nissa? I remember Nissa. Let's see how many other broken cards they can play the same turn as Nissa when with their mana doubled up. There's one. Alright.
I called, and Ikoria answers.
So Nissa needs to die. We can minus here. Kill your land? Nope, it has to be a non-land permanent.
Oh, the day is yours.
Questing Beast, we still don't have double green for, so that's not going to do. We're just going to have to Elspeth Conquers Death this other Nissa and let Vivian destroy us.
Beauty lies in variation.
Nah. Seems pretty good because we can turn 3 Questing Beast. It would have been nice to have a Chevill for the Chevill Rampage, but you know, can't have it all every time. Pyro Bound. Well, if you're not mono red, I don't know what mono red is. I suppose I don't know what mono red is. You got me. Blue frickin' black. Well, if nobody plays creatures, this card is very no fun. I've got to tell you, it's extremely disappointing. Resolves. Are you dead now? Murderous Rider. Okay. It's a creature. I don't even want to kill it. I mean, I should play Elspeth Conquers Death and take it out because it eventually gets back the Questing Beast. It's just really tempting to play Chevill, wait till next turn, and then hit it with an Oath of Kaya and gain 3 life and draw a card and, you know, do what I built the stupid deck around. But it's not even the right play. It's not even close to the right play. You just have to get this out of your hand against blue-black, because eventually they'll take it away. And for 5 mana, I can exile their card, and then 2 turns from now, get a free Questing Beast after disrupting their turn where they might want to hold up counter magic or removal. So, Chevill just sits in the hand, being sad. We'll play you now. We'll also hang on to Oath of Kaya. Just on the off chance I get to do something with you. Nope. Nope. Alright, Questing Beast, show him what's up. Let's go, Lily.
I do hope you make this battle exciting. Rise!
No, not
I
Liliana.
will rise again.
She was good. Good for a bad girl. Alright, hit him with the Questing Beast, play out the nerds, see what you got. Do you have something to deal with this monster here? You have white mana. That's fresh. Mortify does the job. Okay. Down to 5. Let's put a marker on that. Let's play this. And that will be game. And we did it. Against the Esper deck, we got to draw a card with Chevill. We frickin' did it, everybody. And we are back for the post-game wrap. This should be a brief one, because I don't have any suggested changes. I haven't found a way to make this deck better. It's very fair, and it's about 50-50 against other decks that are being fair, and it's about 20 to 30% successful against the decks that aren't. Basically by that, like cheating on mana using the cards of the format like Luca, Winota, Nissa, Temur Reclamation, and those things other than Reclamation, usually cheating Agent of Treachery into play. So yeah, it's fun though, actually. And if you really hate playing against those decks, you don't have to. If you scoop to them and wait till you get somebody else playing fair Magic to play with, it takes me back. There's something almost nostalgic about playing some creatures and some planeswalkers and trying to make a card like Chevill, Bane of Monsters work. So for me, this is pretty fun. And I hope that you have fun if you try it out yourself. And don't take it too seriously. Don't get too upset if you lose. Don't get too upset if you play somebody playing unfair Magic. Just queue up again. Maybe Magic will be in a different state if they ban enough cards from the format. But what do you want to get banned? Let me know in the comments, because that's always an interesting discussion to have. A lot of people saying this and that about Agent of Treachery. A few plugs on my way out the door for the Cool Kids Club. We talked a lot about what I would ban on the Arena Craft podcast, which is being pushed out earlier than normal. Hopefully will be out the day you see this, tomorrow. And if not, then the day after. And remember to come over to the Twitch stream on Monday. I don't know what time it will start. I'll pretty much open up and start Twitch as soon as I have all my other work done. So if you want to come to the band party on Monday, come visit me on Twitch. Link in the description. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.